again this year.
And so back to the job at hand, presenting and judging this year's competition. And once again, people coming from all over. Dubs are here today.
He's from Marty, is he? Is he from
No,
Marty?
calm down, Johnny. Robert has. He's only an Irish, Dublin man coming down for Irish culture.
Oh yeah, tourist, yeah. Well, welcome one, welcome all, I say. He might not understand devotion and training put in by these lads, but I doubt he got much of it driving around on the roads in a BMW like the dubs do every day, you know what I mean? But he shouldn't come down and check it out.
But Johnny, the world is changing, so we should embrace the change, and I'll tell you, they would want to stop all the development going on around here now, and they wouldn't want to put in a metropolis of skyscrapers like Dublin. You'll not build a road to my house.
You wouldn't want a road up to your house, then, Jimmy.
Well, I know, well, I'd love a road built up to my house, but not if it became a super highway of Jack Ian's coming down to visit all the time. You'd never get the tractor home.
Fair enough. And then back to business, Jimmy. Who would you see challenging Moggy this year?
Well, actually, John, I have an insider, a bit of a knowledge tip, you know. I'm going to reveal it now. There's a young lad. He's been driving tractors since he was 8, and I reckon he's got it all. And the one-handed driving, the devotion to circular driving, and unlike most Irishmen, in keep tan all year round.
Well, wait, now I think I know what you're talking about. You see, now the hint was the 10, you see. It's that lad, what you call him, there's Mickey Sanchez, the guy with the Spanish grandfather there.
That's the one, yeah, that's the man.
It is ending up just like the Premiership over there in that place in England, you know. You got the foreign starlets flying in to compete, you know.
No, Johnny doesn't really know. Johnny, listen, Johnny, hold on a second. Johnny, he's 3/4 Irish at least.
Jimmy, let me tell you, he's 13 years of age, and his mustache is 100% Spanish. I mean, look at this, like the big Spanish. It's like that other Spanish fella, what you call him there, Jimmy, the fella in the Pringles pack, Mr. Pig.
Johnny, I'll say it again. Come one, come all, and it's an international event, and if they're having an international event, you want to throw your chilies in with your spuds, you know. Make it international. Do you understand that, Johnny?
Look, all that aside, he's got a great chance, and we wish the lad well done, Jimmy.
We do, Johnny. I've nothing against the foreign lad coming in and farming, entering the competition, and maybe even win it from time to time. I wouldn't have anything against that, unless he was enhanced genetically.
Fair point, Jimmy. Fair point, yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, here they come now. The parade competition begins. Isn't that a fine sight, Johnny? The lads driving through the field there, people watching and observing the fine displays of one-handed, short-sleeved, circular driving. To top it off, then there's the awe-inspiring sight of the between the brown arms and the white chest. I mean, international chest.
Precious.
Johnny, great use to that bit there. Well done. And as we speak now, here, Johnny, here comes Moggy, followed by Mickey Sanchez. What a fine sight to see the youngster literally driving in Moggy's shadow. You can learn a lot there, Johnny.
He'd probably be a little disappointed he can't sneak in a few final rays onto his elbows before he get into the coloration round.
That's a round he should do well in, Johnny. After all, he's got that year-round tan. He's not in Buntu with 10 out of 10 in 2008, but he'll shake one in that category, you know.
Well, Jimmy, but he's not a touch on Moggy's form when driving. Look at the elbow there, out 60 degrees, and bent on the wrist, holding the steering wheel loosely, bobbing along with the tractor, boys. It's almost sexual, but anyway, barely adjusting his technique, you know. It's like what they say about all super athletes of their sport, you know. They just enter the zone, they just zone in, zone out, you know.
Yeah. Well, Johnny, his teacher once told me that in school he would zone in or zone out all the time. Depends on your perspective.
How's that now, Jimmy?
Well, from an arithmetic perspective, he was zoned out. But when it came to circular, mono-formed, one-handed driving, he's a natural. God, he's made for it. His father told me he started driving in circles very young. Before that, he would just sit and bob his head in the corner, and they took up to some fancy place. They told him he had some special thing that allowed him, a gift that allowed him to drive 100% of the time, doing circulars in the field without getting bored. Sounded like that word, auspicious. That's what devotion, boy. The father had to give up farming. I think a farmer is sitting at home drinking at home the whole time now with boredom.
And he manages Moggy too, takes care of all the finances for him and makes sure that Moggy has all he needs to keep on training. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy, yeah.
Oh,
but let's not forget that the other contestants here today trying to compete. There goes Seamus O'Neill. You'd have to give him a 10 out of 10 for a heart by the time out there farming, one-handed driving, elbow out the window, trying to develop the Dan. It is a crying shame with all that hard work. His hair is so red in his skin, you know, you simply can't do it. But bells to him, boy, bells to him. Year in, year out, there he goes, you know. It is nice to see him here, the old red and white man, you know, and he brings a bit of colour to proceedings, doesn't he, Jimmy?
He sure does, though, and all those hours spent burning his skin and still sticking his elbow out there just goes to show the heart of this fellow. He represents the true Irishman, doesn't he, Johnny? Sheer determination in the face of impossible odds and refusal to accept medical advice and persevere and get burnt.
There's no doubt.
And all the doctor advice he threw out the window.
Mysterious case of skin cancer he had last year, sure.